Hey everybody, what's going on? It is John Tarr, and I am going to take you through what I call Masternodes 101, a quick little video to show you exactly what a masternode is. Now, I'm going to take you through this whole thing. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to keep it light. I'm not going to be too techy, but after this video, you'll know exactly what a masternode is and exactly how you can make money from it. So, here's what I'm going to talk about. What in the world is a masternode? Even a lot of seasoned crypto people do not understand masternodes. I'm going to explain it. Why do we need masternodes? How can I profit from masternodes? Masternodes are great, but how can I make some money from masternodes? And what are the risks? Obviously, with anything that you can get a great return, there's probably going to be a little risk, right? So let's talk about that. And then how do masternodes and mining differ? So I'll take you through exactly what goes on there. So let's talk about blockchain and transactions real quick. And again, this is going to be pretty non-techy. So blockchain, basically, if you're not familiar with it, is a decentralized, unmutable, is what that's supposed to say, unmutable ledger that is virtual. What does unmutable mean? Well, it means that you can't commit any fraud. You can't forge it. That's what unmutable means. It means that that is the record. And that's why everybody loves blockchain. The other thing, so it's very transparent. But decentralized means nobody owns it. So if you go to the bank is keeping the ledger. It's centralized. So you pay fees and they go to the bank, right? Decentralized means nobody owns it. So how do transactions on the blockchain get processed? Because if I go to Bank of America and I send a wire, it costs me 35 bucks. And, Bob, the banker's got to get paid. And Jenny, the teller's got to get paid. And, the CEO's got to get paid. So how do blockchain transactions get done and processed? Since nobody owns the blockchain, there isn't any centralized company to pay for the processing transactions. So the guys over at Blockchain Inc., who invented it, decided that the computer network would basically process all the transactions. And this, for Bitcoin, is called mining. That's where you've heard the term mining. And so basically what happens is the computers on the blockchain have to solve these sophisticated algorithms so it can't be forged, right? It's unmutable, and all these complicated equations to maintain this virtual ledger. That's what happens. So how do I get paid, right? Because typically, if people don't get paid, they're not going to do anything. All right. Because if I set up a computer and it's going to do whatever it's going to do, if I'm not getting paid, I probably don't care about it too much. So the people over at the blockchain, the people that invented blockchain said that what we're going to do is you're going to process these transactions for us, and then we're going to give you some Bitcoin. All right. So we're going to give you the coin that you're processing. So again, you may have referred or heard of this referred to as mining. And another phrase you can write down is what's called proof of work. Mining coins are called proof of work coins. And so they give you a Bitcoin as your reward for the work that you're doing. So, or other mining coins, they're going to Ethereum, I believe you mine, and so they pay you in Ethereum, whatever your coin of choice is, okay? But I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, so I don't want to dive into all the minutia. All right, so Bitcoin is a proof of work coin. All right, so let's talk about mining for a minute. Basically, mining nowadays requires large computer power and electricity to mine. You got to put together about 100 computers. These computers are about 1,200 bucks a piece, and then you've got to rent a facility to operate them, right? Because these computers are loud and they're hot. They take up a lot of energy. So your wife or husband not going to allow this in the garage, right? This isn't going to happen. Not if you're going to live where you live, at least if it's my wife. Here's the other problem, is that the electrical requirements for these are well beyond residential housing and stuff. And as it gets more competitive to mine, it becomes harder and harder, uses more energy and more energy. So mining can be a disaster, and it can be very cost intensive. It can also be very profitable. So I'm not poo-pooing mining. I'm just saying there are differences. So what about masternodes? Well, a fella comes along and has a good idea and says, you know what? this mining thing's pretty complicated, and so I think we should do it a different way. And we still need to process transactions, and we still need to get people paid, but along came what are known as masternodes, or another word, write it down, proof of stake, S-T-A-K-E, right? So proof of stake coins is in, hey, I got a stake in this, not steak on a barbecue. All right, so people refer to mining as proof of work. People refer to masternodes as proof of stake. So how does that work? Well, basically the masternode coin says, hey, if you have X amount of our coin, then you can put those coins together and process transactions for our blockchain if you want to do that. And then we're going to pay you in additional coins. I'm going to give you an example of how this works. So it's like mining, meaning we got to process stuff on a blockchain, but it's way easier because this happens virtually and you don't need to buy the equipment. All you need to do are own the coins. And then you stake those coins, proof of stake. All right, follow me. Let me give you an example. So let's roll. There's a website out there. Feel free to check it out. It's called Masternode.pro. It's not proprietary to me or anything. And it's got a big list of all these Masternode coins. So I'm going to go there right now and show you what is up. Okay, this is Masternodes.pro. And you can see it's got a list of Masternode coins. These are all the coins. I didn't make up Masternodes. This is like an industry thing. So like here is a coin, Ganja coin, right? And Ganja coin's got a 6,477,000, or I guess maybe that's 6,477% return. Not a bad little return. But let me show you what I'm wanting to show you here. So you got a price of 4 cents per Ganja coin, and it takes a minimum 30,000 coins to stake. Right? So Ganja Coin is telling people you got to have 30,000 of our coins to participate in this program. And that's going to cost you $1,229, okay? All right, so let's go back to my example. My example is Ganja Coin. So again, you got to have 30,000 coins to build a masternode, and that's going to cost you about $1,230. And then boom, you're in the masternode business. For $1,230, you've got a Ganja masternode, which is going to kick off Ganja coin to you when you're processing transactions, right? Voila. So how do we get paid? So every day when your masternode, your Ganja coin masternode runs on its virtual server, not in your garage, right, or your apartment, since you got kicked out of your house by your wife or your husband because you got all these computers in there, it's going to run on a virtual server. And so you get paid in Ganja coin or whatever the masternode coin is, okay? There's like 100 different masternode coins, and there are more and more of these masternode coins coming because this is better than mining. So that's what you got going on. And so you also get paid if the coin goes up in value. So Ganja coin today is 4 cents. What happens if it goes to 10 cents? Well, you just got 150% return on that investment. What happens if it goes to $1? Well, you can start to do the math. So you're going to get paid in a variety of ways from these coins. So with the coins, with the masternode, you can either A, let them just stack up and build more masternodes, which is a strategy that we use, right? So if Ganja coin, maybe Ganja coin is going to kick off a new masternode for you every 45 days. Now you got 2 masternodes running, and then 5, and then 10, and then it compounds, which is pretty cool, and they go up in value, right? These masternodes do. And a great example of that is do some research into Dash, and I'll show you on Masternode.pro. Check Dash out. So Dash is a lower return now, and there's a lot of factors into this, but check this out. A masternode on Dash is now worth $230,000. And when those masternodes first came out, it was like Ganja coin. It was $1,000, $2,000, and now it takes $230,000. So there's a big barrier to entry to Dash, and you know it's basically an 8% ROI. But 8% ROI for something like that is pretty awesome. So keep in mind you're going to have all kind of ROIs, and this is a great website to check out. And a resource for you. So, all right. So the other thing that you can do with these, let's say that you don't want more ganja coin, right? For whatever reason. I don't know why somebody wouldn't want ganja coin, but if you don't want ganja coin, you can liquidate them and you can turn them into Bitcoin or you can turn them into fiat cash, whatever you want to do. So if today you get 1,000 ganja coin, then that's basically what's 1,000 ganja coin? $4, right? And so if you get it, and I don't know what the payout is on ganja coin, I'm just saying, so now you can go get your $4 worth of Bitcoin. You can keep your $4 in ganja coin, or you can turn it into fiat currency, whatever you wish. All right, what are some of the risks of these masternodes? So I just showed you what they are. What are the risks? Well, liquidity, okay? So if nobody wants ganja coin, then they can pay you 1,000,000 ganja coin a day, and it doesn't matter because you won't be able to sell ganja coin to anybody. So if there's no liquidity in the masternode, if nobody wants the coin for any other reason than it's a masternode, then that's a recipe for disaster. So you want to avoid those. And what will end up happening is buying high and selling low. You got to know the right time to get in these masternodes. So if you choose the wrong coins at the wrong time, you're going to lose money. All right. There's some other things you need to understand about masternodes. They fluctuate in their payouts. There's a reason why they fluctuate. You have to monitor that fluctuation. You have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, okay? Now, here's a big one. You got to set them up properly. Now, you don't have to be super techie. I'm the least techie person on the planet. I always tell people that. Nobody ever believes it. It's so true. My team will tell you I'm terrible with tech. I have a team that does stuff for me. But if you don't set them up right, then instead of becoming a passive asset, they become a time suck, right? Because they're always breaking down. So there's a proper way to set these up, and you want to set them up the right way. And that's some of the risks that you have. All that's no bueno. You want to avoid that. That's why we put this training together. We made all these mistakes, and we don't want you to make these mistakes. We bought the wrong coins at the wrong time. We've set them up the wrong way where they keep breaking all the time, sucks up our team's bandwidth. And now we just have a smooth selling machine over here. All right, what are some of the advantages of masternodes? Like, why in the world do you want to be in the masternode business? Well, it should be a passive way to generate ROI/revenue. So you should be able to generate passive revenue in the form of whatever coin it is, or of course, again, if you turn it into Bitcoin or fiat, you're going to generate revenue. And that's the biggest reason why I'm in them. Another cool thing is it's a great way to participate in crypto based on fundamentals and not a prayer, right? And I talk a lot about this in email, and you probably saw this email for the training, like a moon coin. I mean, you might get into, a coin. I was going to say Bob's coin, but there actually is a Bob's coin. But let's say John Tar coin. And I mean, it's just a prayer whether that thing a lot of times is going to end up giving you a return or not. These masternodes are going to focus on fundamentals because they're kicking off more coins to you. So it's pretty cool. That's why a lot of people mine Bitcoin as well, is because they know there's going to be a return there no matter what the price of Bitcoin ends up being. So much like real estate, the first thing I thought of when I heard of masternodes at that mastermind was, damn, that's like real estate, but without the headaches and without the liquidity problem. So if I have a $10 million building in Phoenix, Arizona, that's a retail building, man, that's a liquidity problem because finding a buyer for that is very hard. If I have a $1,000 masternode, that's liquidity all day. Even a $200,000 Dash masternode's liquidity because Dash is pretty big. So you just go to the exchange and you can sell off these tokens, right? Which you can't do in real estate, but it produces coins and what could be cash flow if turned into fiat. That's pretty badass. And it's not very techy. You've got to set it up, but once you set it up, it's going to be virtual and it's going to do its thing. So you really don't have to deal with the kind of things that you have to deal with real estate, maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great way to invest in crypto. All right, so why? Why do people not, why haven't you heard of this? Why are more people not doing this? They simply don't know about it. Your seasoned crypto people, 90% of your seasoned crypto people have zero idea what a masternode is, and the 10% that know what a masternode is probably don't know everything about them like I just told you here. They don't know how to set them up. They don't know what coins to do. They don't know the right strategies in order to profit the most. They don't know any of that stuff. So it's very, very new to the market. And so people ask me, well, why teach this? And here's the thing. There's plenty of money to be made if the word gets out. So the word can get out on masternodes, and I'm still going to make a lot of money. So it's cool. But like for me to go to a hedge fund or for me to put $15 million in masternodes, it's just not big enough. So, you know, no hedge fund is going to come in and run all these masternodes because the market's not big enough. Will it be one day? Yeah, it's possible because a lot of these coins are going to masternodes. But in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of investing, you know, if I go buy $1 million worth of Gen Coin, it'd shoot the price up so much that it's not a big deal. But working with a select number of people, it's not going to move the price and everybody can profit. So it's a nice win-win for me, okay? And so hopefully this answered a lot of the questions that you're going to have on Masternode, shows you what you're going to be dealing with, what in the world a Masternode is, why you would want to have one, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully this helps. And I can't wait to talk to you guys on your discovery call. Talk to you soon.